Hello, everybody. My name's Kyra Chase, and I know I've been gone. I've been doing videos. Well, just haven't felt like it, to be honest. Also, been in college, and I know my last video uploaded to this channel was back in February. My last wrestling video was back in November. But I'm back, and hopefully, I'll be doing videos after summer. I just haven't been watching. And honestly, I've just been watching the main roster products, to be honest. I haven't watched I haven't watched an episode of Roster's Raw to WrestleMania. I watched Money in the Bank, but I didn't review it. I wasn't reviewing Super Showdown either because I didn't want to. But I reviewed Stomping Ground. First match of the night: Becky Lynch versus Lacey Evans. Now, you know I love Becky Lynch. She's my favorite, not just woman, probably my favorite person on the main roster at the moment. I'll be honest, I don't like Lacey Evans. I don't think she's that good. She's still green. And while Becky tried to carry this match wasn't very good to me. It had some cool moments. I mean, it wasn't bad, but you could tell like Becky was trying to carry. When the spot calling was too obvious. That was a big problem. Like you could hear. I remember it was one point Becky hit a clear Irish whip where she said something and you could hear it pretty loudly. Another part was Becky went for her rope kick, the one where she jumps up the rope and kicks it, and at least she just wasn't there for it. They didn't fit at times seemed like they were on the same page. I thought this was a pretty weak match. But Becky winning was easily the right decision. I thought, at least. I thought Becky winning was easily the right decision, though, because, you're not going to take the title off her. She's the biggest star right now. Next matchup was Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus the New Day's Xavier Woods and Big E. This match is really good. It started off with Owens and Zayn knocking Big E out and then beating the brakes off of Woods. Owens hit a senton, Zayn hit the Blue Thunder Bomb. They kept kicking him, but Woods kept coming back. Eventually, Big E got into it. When Woods psyched himself up, he picked Big E up on his shoulders and slammed him on Zayn, which is really impressive strength by Woods. What else happened? Woods hit a leg drop that got a 2 count. A great false finish was they knocked Big E out of the ring. Sammy hit a haluva kick. Kevin did a pop-up power bomb on Woods, and Big E broke out. That's a good false finish. Big E hit a spear off the apron through the ropes off the apron on Sammy, and every time he does that, I get scared. I'm afraid he's gonna land on his head like he used to do. But this was good. It ended with Owens hitting a stunner on Woods for the win. The only problem I have with this match is that it was a non-title match. By the way, Lynch and Evans got a C minus C. This match, this is what the tag team title should be about. This was a really solid match between 4 guys. I really like that. Who's work that guy? Work ethic. I really like. This is what tag team wrestlers should be. And it just pains me how WWE just doesn't care about their tag team titles, especially the Raw tag team titles. Just throwing them on a revival for no reason. But this was a really fun match. Both psychology and story told was really good. And Owens and Zayn really needed to win this match because they haven't really been winning a lot from what I've heard and seen and heard. They haven't winning a lot, so they needed this more. This is a really good match. I'm gonna give it a B plus. Next up, Samoa Joe versus Ricochet. This match had the least amount of build. Well, I can't really say that. This show hasn't had a lot of build. Didn't get a lot of build. This match didn't have a lot of build because Ricochet just became #1 contender on Monday for Raw because Rey Mysterio got hurt. But this might not have got a lot of build, but this was a good match. I was really of all the matches, this is the only one I was really looking forward to because Joe and Ricochet, that's a match I always wanted to see. And I thought they told a really good story of Joe keeping Ricochet grounded and working on him, and Ricochet selling out this match was amazing. And of course because he can flip and everything. Getting knocked out by Joe, falling down. I thought his selling was really good throughout the match. what can I talk about? It was both guys brought it really. Joe hit some cool Uranagis. There was one part. Um, Joe hit a lariat, which Ricochet hit a backflip. Obviously, he can do that, but he sold it really well. There was a part with Joe. Uh, Ricochet. Joe went for a close on Ricochet. Not this time, Joe. Bounced up the ropes and Joe caught him, and that was a tough spot. I thought that was hilarious. As a matter of fact, the finish of this match is really impressive. Joe tried to go for another lariat. Ricochet backflipped out of it. And it looked like Joe hit it, but once you saw Ricochet land on his feet, and Ricochet took advantage and hit the 630 for the win. And Ricochet is the new United States champion. While the match did take a while to get going, but once it got good, it got good. Um, I thought the only problem is I don't know if I would have rushed Ricochet getting the title, but he is a perfect babyface. He can sell, he can work, and the crowd loves him. Um, so yeah, Ricochet hit a 630 for the win. Like I said, this match it took a while to get going. Once it got going, it really got going. Um, After the match, Ricochet went back into gorilla position with Seth Rollins, Heavy Machinery, Hawkins Ryder, Charlotte for some reason was there. All congratulated him. Then Triple H held him, which was a really really nice moment. And I gave Ricochet and Joe a B plus as well. That was a really good match. And literally right after that, Heavy Machinery went out for their match against Bryan and Daniel Bryan and Eric Rowan. And I really like that. I like how we just transitioned right into the next match. Now the crowd in general for this night was really good, but the crowd went crazy for Daniel Bryan because it's in Tacoma, Washington. Of course, you know the crowd went crazy for Daniel Bryan. The crowd, especially in this match, were probably the most entertaining thing. And that's not to say this match was bad. This was a really, really, really good match. And the crowd just made it better, chanting things like "We please recycle." The crowd chanting really made this match even better than I thought it was already. I haven't really seen enough out of Heavy Machinery to really judge them. Even though I think Otis Dosevich, hell, his name alone is funny. Otis Dosevich is pretty funny, and I like his move, the Caterpillar. The crowd was friendly behind Bryan, booing Heavy Machinery. One of the best spots was when Bryan was kicking Otis, hitting the yes kicks on Otis, and Otis just got fired up and started coming back, and Bryan, that was a cool spot. It was a back and forth. Tucker Knight went for a moonsault. It was pretty impressive. But the ending opens. I like the end of the match. Bryan rolled up Tucker Knight, I believe, in a roll up for 1, 2, 3. This keeps the match open. This opens up for a rematch, and then, once again, this in the first tag team title match. I'm sorry, not tag team title. Tag team matches, what tag team wrestling should be about. Both these teams. Then this is a really good showing for Heavy Machinery. Otis is easily the star of the group with his power and his charisma. Now, unfortunately, they got booed in this match. But then again, you're going to someone a home. I can't say hometown guy because it's not hometown, but someone who's in their home. So obviously you're gonna get booed. But I thought Heavy Machinery still did a good job. Bryan, even though I wasn't big on Bryan Rowan getting together at first, and I think Bryan definitely should be in the main event picture. This was still a really really good match. I'm gonna give this match a B plus as well. Next up, Bayley versus Alexa Bliss for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Now, I'll be honest. You know, if you watch this channel, I'm not big on Alexa Bliss. Never have been. But I thought this was a really solid match as well. The story obviously being with Nikki Cross being on the outside. Bayley and Alexa both, I thought they both had good showings here. There was a part, but that's not. I don't think there's a lot to talk about. Alexa, at one point, I think she licked her palm, ran up to Bayley and slapped her. Both women went at it. Bayley hit Bayley at one point went for her move outside through the corner, but Nikki, I guess she looked at Nikki and Alexa pulled into the post. Bayley then went for a suicide dive, but I don't know if Alexa pulled Nikki into Bayley or if Nikki pushed Alexa. It was hard to tell, but Bayley took Nikki Cross out with a suicide dive. Alexa then hit I think it was a Canadian Destroyer on the outside, and she put Bayley in the ring going for the Twisted Bliss. But Nikki tried to get in the ring and attack Bayley, which allowed Bayley to get up. She blocked the twisted. She went to the top rope. She got knocked down. Alexa went for twisted bliss. Bayley got her knees up, and then she hit Bayley belly for the 1, 2, 3 and retained the championship. Thank goodness for that, because I didn't want to come on here my first video and start ranting, even though that's what I do that almost better than most people. Because I probably would have ranted if Alexa won. But I'll be honest, this is her first, big title match in SummerSlam. I'm not counting Hell in a Cell. And I thought Alexa looked good in this match. I don't think she's the best worker. She's really that good of a worker, but she held her own pretty well. And obviously, Alexa exploiting Nikki because we all knew it was gonna happen. But the crazy side of Nikki's what cost Alexa the title match. Bayley's aggressiveness, and I love Bayley's aggressiveness early, and ever since she won the title, and I've heard this when she won it that night, and it seems like tonight we're getting the NXT Bayley back. Thank you for that. That's all I ask for. Give me Bayley from NXT back. Now I told my good friends Conrad Cushman from Everything Pro Wrestling, shout out to him, check his channel out, and Malik Kelly, Narcolepsy Boy 94, yesterday as a matter of fact. I told them both. I have a feeling that with Extreme Rules in a few weeks, they'll do Bayley and Alexa in a kendo stick or the pole match again, or something like that. Because, well, you remember how I hated that kendo stick and the pole match they had, which I was there in person for. One of my first big rants, as a matter of fact. But I thought it was still a solid match. It wasn't too long when the exact length it needed to. I'm gonna give that match a B. So far so good, but this is why I think the show kind of took a downward spiral. Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre. And true to what I thought was going to happen eventually, Roman got not negative, but pretty mixed reaction. Roman got a pretty mixed reaction. You can hear the booing coming back. I'll be honest, too much Shane McMahon in this match. I understand Shane's been the main person getting most of the storylines, which has been pissing everyone off, fans and wrestlers alike, which is why I've been watching. A big reason why I've been watching the product. Shane was Shane was into this match entirely too much, almost from the get-go. And that was a big problem I had with this match. Now, I didn't like the match between Roman and Shane at Super Showdown. I didn't like the match between Drew and Roman at WrestleMania. And even though I was trying to get into this match, it was hard to. This match really should have been a brawl. Because I like the work of both Roman and Drew. This match should have been a brawl. When you slow it down, it hurts both of them because Drew's a slow pace, works a methodical pace, and Roman doesn't really work well with wrestlers who do that. And I think Roman and Drew can give me a good match given the circumstances, but the circumstances just weren't there tonight. But I do think this is probably better than that WrestleMania match, but that match was such a weak match, I don't think it was hard to top. My biggest problem was Shane McMahon getting involved. You had Roman chasing Shane throughout the crowd at one point. You had Roman attacking Shane a lot. He hit him with a Superman punch and everything. The other point, now this is what really angers me about this match. Roman winning is not my problem. That's not my problem. It's how weak Drew looked. Okay, so Roman hit a spear on Drew, but Shane broke the pin and assaulted the referee and beat up the referee. No disqualification called on that. Then Shane hits a coast to coast on Roman. He puts the ref in the ring. Roman obviously kicks out. Drew and Roman fight a little bit more. Roman, I think, took Shane out. Drew went for a Claymore. Roman hit a spear, and Roman won with a 1-2-3. Now, I knew Roman was probably gonna win. I'm not mad at Roman winning, but I'm mad about how weak Drew looked. One, I don't like Drew being Shane's errand boy in general, like being his bodyguard, because Drew is much more than that. Can be much more than that. My problem is the fact that Drew looked weak. He couldn't beat Roman at WrestleMania. Okay, we expected that. He didn't beat him tonight. He couldn't beat him after Roman hit a spear and Shane caused distraction, and he still couldn't win. That's a problem, if you ask me. That the internet booking really made Drew McIntyre look bad. And this is the problem which made people not like Roman Reigns, the fact that they went out of their way to make Roman look strong, but in return it made Drew look weak. And really, I think his match was a little bit too long. I think if it had been like a couple minutes shorter, it would have helped. You should have took all that Shane McMahon interference out. And when Roman hit the first spear, that should have been it if you're going to have Roman win. Or after Shane got involved, he could have Drew hit the Claymore and win. Even if it's not clean, giving Drew the win would have helped. And then Shane says later in the show that tomorrow night is gonna be a handicap match with Shane and Drew versus Roman. It's a feud that no one wants to see. And Shane McMahon is someone nobody wants to see, but he's still on the show and he's getting more time than anybody. Like I said, I tried to get in this match, I just couldn't do it. I gave this match a C. Like I'm gonna say C plus because they had a couple of moments that were cool, and I think Roman and Drew under the right circumstances can give you a good match together because they both are solid enough to do it. I think at Extreme Rules, like you can give these two a Extreme Rules match or something like that. I think they flourish in that. But when you make it a wrestling match, now they both can work, but they don't. I don't think they work well together in a match. Now they do have they have chemistry, but it has to be the right circumstances of a match for it to work. And this wasn't it. And neither was WrestleMania. And once again, I'm tired of Shane, man. And I know it's not fair to say I've been watching the shows, but from what I've been hearing, Shane's no. So yeah, I gave that match a C plus. Next up, Dolph Ziggler vs. Kofi Kingston steel cage match for WWE Championship. I'll be honest, this match kind of disappointed me as well. I think both guys work well together, but this match just didn't do it for me. It was slower. It was slow. It didn't really get going. And I thought some of the action was cool, like the way they were escaping. They kind of go escape. Even though I'm not big on winning a cage match by escaping, but that's just me. But I did like the finish, which I'll get to. You could tell Dolph, like, even I don't like, oh, it should have been me, I don't like that. But you tell Dolph was really wanted to win this match. Like, he was trying. Sorry about that. But overall, this thought it was an alright match. Nothing special. Dolph hit a zigzag at one point. I think Kofi kicked out or Dolph didn't cover him in time, something like that. Yeah, they both were trying to get outside the door, but neither one allowed it. But the finish was easily the best part of this match. The door was open. Dolph raked Kofi's eyes and kicked him. Now, it looked like Dolph was going to win. Kofi ran, jumped through the ropes, and escaped. That was a good finish. I've never seen that steel cage match before. Maybe it's out there, but I've never seen it. And I think JD tweeted that ended was the story of Dolph Ziggler's career in WWE. So close yet so far. I didn't think the match was all that good because I don't really remember much. And like I like Kofi, and I think he's doing a good job with the title. What's I'm looking for? I thought I like Kofi, and I like what he's doing with the title, but I didn't like the match they had a couple weeks ago. I didn't like at Super Showdown. I didn't really care for this match, but I really like that ending because, like, I always wonder why don't wrestlers just throw themselves out the door. So that I thought a couple good moments, and that ending alone got this match a C plus. Maybe I'm just being because it was hard for me. I wasn't paying much attention to it because I was eating dinner at the time, but it was hard. It was not easy to stay invested. And once again, I think the match went a little bit too long. It didn't need 20 minutes. I would have shaved about 4 minutes off this match. But I still thought it had its cool moments. And that ending, I like Kofi literally jumped out, hit a suicide dive through the ropes. That was tough. Oh man, the main. But yeah, I'm gonna give it a C plus. The main event. Seth Rollins defends the Universal Championship versus Baron Corbin. Special guest referee Baron Corbin's choice. Now, of course, everyone got their hopes up. They were thinking maybe it's Bray Wyatt, maybe it might be Brock Lesnar, maybe it might be someone, maybe it's someone cool. WWE, of course, went with something I was hoping they wouldn't do, but it was too obvious not to do it. They made it. Now, Baron Corbin chose the special guest referee to be Lacey Evans. Now, of course, if you know anything, Lacey is feuding with Becky Lynch. And in real life, Becky Lynch is dating Seth Rollins. So the key for Corbin was to make his girlfriend's rival the referee for this match. And I tweeted this, and it doesn't, like, I tweeted it. And this is why I'm going to read verbatim what I tweeted. Quote, you gotta love this company. They had a good show going, and now they pissed everyone off. WWE never let you down. everyone was excited. See, this is why you don't get your hopes up for this company. When, like, as soon as he said Lacey Evans, the crowd were pissed. It was funny, though, because, like, this is what WWE does. They build up a good show, and then they do something to make people mad. And I'm not even angry about it. I haven't really been invested in the shows enough to really care enough. But, and then, like, you heard the crowd chanting thing from, they were chanting Daniel Bryan, AEW. I think, they chanted CM Punk. Fans were not happy about it. Now, I know that's the point, but still. And every time, but the story of this match was pretty much what you expected it to be. Every time Seth got some momentum, Lacey did something stupid. She either counted slow or something like that. Now, I'll give Seth and Corbin this. When they were working, the match wasn't that bad, but it was too much of Evans, and the match was too long. It was over 18 minutes. It didn't need that much time. And I know that's really what I said about the last 3 matches. Like, none of them should have been as long as they were. Roman and Drew didn't need 17 minutes. Kofi and Ziggler shouldn't have been 20. This shouldn't have been 18. This is definitely should have about 4 minutes cut off. There was alright, I'm just going to get to the main parts. Seth hit a powerbomb off the apron through the announce table on Corbin. He got back in the ring. Lacey took her sweet ass time to count Corbin out. She tells the ring announcer, whose name I do not remember, I apologize to him, that this is now be a no count out match. Seth worked, so they go back to facing each other. Corbin hit Seth with a chair about 4 times. Lacey's looking the other direction. She looks and sees Corbin with the chair in his hand, and she reprimands him, looks like, and then she walks to the announcer and says, no disqualification match too. Seth still once again got more advantage. He hit a Falcon Arrow on a chair. Lacey didn't count. She had a sore shoulder. I like Corey Graves, but his announcing does get on my nerves when he fades heel so much. Seth hit a frog splash. She got down. She counts 1, 2, and she doesn't count for the third one. That's when she held her shoulder. And Seth was heated. And, like, obviously the whole time he's just waiting for Becky to come out. That's what you're like, where's Becky? That's the only thing we know is how it's going to happen. Seth got into Lacey's face. Lacey slapped him. Seth said, "There you got." She slapped him again. Then Corbin tried to take advantage, but Seth countered it. Seth started fighting Corbin. Lacey hit a low blow. And Corbin hit End of Days. And then Becky came out. And she got a huge pop because it's Becky. And literally, I think that, like, and Becky tweeted, you can slow count, and Becky tweeted this, you can slow count, you can slap him in the face, but if you nut shot him, then expect an ass whooping. Becky beat the hell out of Lacey. And then after that, the referee John Cone, I believe who Corbin had problems with from Super Showdown, got into the ring. Seth hit a super kick, curb stomp for the 1, 2, 3. And then after that,
Byron, Mom said get to bed now.
She's talking to you. And Becky and Seth then celebrated. Now listen, I'm not a big fan of using someone's personal lives for storylines. And we all know Becky and Seth are dating, but I didn't think this was necessary for the main event to use. Harry, don't do. I'm gonna beat the hell out of you after this.
Alright, see you.
I'm gonna beat you. Anyway. Okay. Anyway, yeah, I'm not big on him using. I know I see him behind me. I'm gonna hurt him after I'm done recording this. I'm not big on using someone's personal lives because, like, it's not necessary. Neither Becky nor Seth needed the rub from or needed their personal life into this. They're both established. They're both credible. They didn't need their relationship using the storyline. Now, I admit it was kind of a nice moment seeing them together at the end and seeing Becky help Seth, but it was not necessary, and that really hurt the match because once Lacey was announced as the referee, and yes, they told a good story, and I see the story they were telling, it just made everyone mad and it killed the energy of the crowd. To the point where we're just waiting for Becky to come out because you know that's where it's leading to. Now, when Becky did come out and Seth won, it was a nice moment seeing them together, but it wasn't necessary. I'm gonna give this match, and as much as I got dogpiled in this match, I'm gonna give it a C+ because it had its moments, and plus the moment between Becky and Seth was really nice. So Stomping Ground, final grades. When I think of it, I thought even though it was a throwaway show, a show no one cared about, it still was decent. I thought it was still a good show for the most part. Even though the last 3 matches left a lot to be desired, I gave Becky and Lacey a C, New Day and Owens and Zayn a B, I'm sorry, did I give it a B or a B plus? I'm sorry, I don't even remember. I'm gonna go B. I think I gave it a B plus. I think I gave it a B plus. I gave the tag team title. I gave Joe and Ricochet a B plus. Brian and Rowan versus Heavy Machinery a B. Lacey, I'm sorry, Alexa and Bailey a B. And the last three matches I gave C pluses to. I'm gonna give this show a B minus. The last three matches, especially the main event, really left the show a lot to be left a lot to be desired. But for the most part, I still thought it was an enjoyable show and much better than anyone thought it had any right to be. And I'm finally finished my first review in months. Um, I know I sound rusty, I feel rusty, but I'm glad to be doing these reviews again. But until next time, I'm Kyron Chase, and I will see you guys next time.